Hello guys and welcome to our brand new video. Today I'm here with Undead Unluck, episode number 12 reaction. So the previous episode, it was the a new mission that Foucault and Andy are on. Also Tatiana's also with us, and this mission is to take get Unrepair for us and make him join our group, so that obviously the seats can be filled and all that. So for that they have gone to like a cruise ship. There's like a lot of people will be there, like some high level, like the successful people. They will be celebrities and everything, they will be there. And yeah, and Repair is supposed to come there. So they infiltrated that, and yeah, we got to see Unrepair by the end of it. Also, Unrepair is accompanied with a few people. I'm guessing they are his friends. Few of them are probably negators. For example, there was a girl, I forgot her name. It seemed like her ability has something to do with fortune telling, probably negating someone's like future or something like that, because what she prophesized didn't happen. Like, so it would make sense, whatever she prophesies, if that doesn't happen, that's how they are confirmed about, like that's how they can like pre-calculate what's going to happen, like, because that's what she did. She said that Unrepair is going to die. However, Unrepair was like, oh, that means I'll not die, that kind of thing. So all these things. And yeah, they are in, and we got to know their names. They are actually called what were they called? The something Hunter. I forgot their names that they used for them, particularly something Hunter they used. And they are just a group of people who wants revenge against the world, unlike Union, who is, like sacrificing obviously a lot of things, but their ultimate goal is to fight God. These group are just like want revenge against the world that has cast them aside. So yeah, let's see what happens today. This is episode 12. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. What the? Yep. Huh. Yeah. Gator Hunters. There you go. That was the name. Hmm. Okay. Yep. Yeah, but the reasoning is way different. Objective, yeah. I wonder if it's that simple. Like, do they really just want to take revenge against the world? Is that why they're doing all of this? Hmm. Unconfidential. We still don't know what Tatiana's power is. Hmm. Undead and Unluck. Oh wait, she was wearing a wig, wasn't she? I didn't realize that. True. Bruh. It's like, who are you? Bam. Unbreakable sword, Kurikara. Damn. Wait, what? They missed everything. What's happening? How did they miss every single shot? Wow. Ugh. Clothes is just like. Alright. Hmm. Well, let's find out. Okay. Okay. Wait, Foucault's just clinging on to it. Activate. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, bamboo. Yeah. What the? What? Wait. Who took his keys? Wait, it's the negator. Wait, what? He can stop, like, freeze other people or something? Yeah, exactly. He has like some dice in his. So this is the guy who will be like auctioned out. And is like his power unmove or something like that? Like he cannot move. Okay. Chikara, that's his name? Oh yeah, because obviously he's a negator. I was wondering what's happening here. He won't understand you. You're using Japanese. Everyone's looking at him weirdly. Yep. They're like, what are you talking? Like, what language is this? Oh, yeah. Everyone's like, hey, the people behind, bruh. Okay. So this is what happened, obviously. Oh my god, those are the Yumas. Just slowly back away, I think. Maybe that'll work. Oh no! Oh god. Yeah, and you cannot kill him as well because he's supposed to be auction material for you. Oh, but I guess you can do that as well. Oh, it's the negator hunters. Oh, he cannot move. Okay, I see. Hello, you're too close to me. No, they're not here to save you. Japanese. Well, you guys are also speaking Japanese, actually. We can hear it. The audience. Bro, what the hell? Hello? You take out a minigun? Oh my god. Wait, really? Oh, that's it. That's new. I didn't know that. Oh god. And he cannot move. He's shaking, so it won't work. Yeah. Oh my god. Right. I'm guessing Andy probably came in. Nope. Either he stopped the bullets or Andy came in. Let's see. It's Andy. Yep. Bruh. Oh my god, these are some big bullets. What the hell? What? Monzo. Okay. Put the tie. Not a it's probably related to his power. Okay. Yeah. And then we have unrepair. Wait, he's not there. Whoa. It doesn't matter. Andy can just regenerate back. Oh, wait. The blood increases. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. He's a zombie. He won't die. So you'll just. Oh, I see. So the wound also probably gets inflicted on him as well. That's why he always bleeds when he uses his power. I don't know. Maybe something like that. It's like, ah. Oh wait, so he cannot even cut his head. Oh, that is crazy. That is actually. Oh, so even he cannot cut his head because technically that will heal him. But I feel like. Oh, okay. Mm. We can use his ability. Oh, because it'll go to another person. Mm. Damn. Yeah. Which organization we? Oh yeah, that's true. Foucault can do it because technically that's not him repairing himself. It's Foucault, or I don't know. The untarget one. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Tatiana's here. Nice. Oh god. All right. Oh yeah, he dodged it. Oh god. Come on, Foucault, cut. Foucault, cut his hand. Or I don't know. We ain't telling anything to you. That's one way to do it because it didn't technically use. Wow. Wait, what? Oh wait, so it's. Oh, it's not the. Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's strong, but he cannot do anything to Andy. Bruh. Yeah. Bro, he just he's new to this. Like, what are you on about? Like, he's a school like a school student. Like, oh my god, logic is weird, bruh. Yeah, they want revenge against the world. Okay, here's another thing. Do they know about God? They must. Oh yeah, they don't know. Okay. Oh, he slashed her with. Yeah. So it's like a force field. Like, what's happening? Interesting. I thought her power had something to do with clairvoyance, but it's not. Yeah, it's not going to like stop it. Oh my god. Oh, oh my god. If Tatiana was here, it would have been. Oh god. Yeah. Oh my god. Because technically, Unrepair is working on her as well. Oh, he's taking out Victor. He's talking out Victor. No, but it won't heal. That's the problem. He was going to take out Victor. Oh my god. You guys! You're bothering us. Go away. Oh my god. Stop him somehow. One. What the hell? What about Fuko now? Like, the Unrepair is still acting on her. Oh, shut the hell. Go away. Yeah. Maybe he can use his ability on Fuko's blood or something. Maybe it'll stop the blood or something. I don't know. Like, that's one way to do it. Or he can just stop those guys, I guess. Hello? What the hell, man? Oh my god, these guys. Oh, the bracelet that he's wearing. Not bracelet. Mhm. Oh, here we go. Ooh. Yep, there you go. Unmove. There you go. I knew it. It had something to do with unmove or something like that. Okay, now Andy can actually go and take those bullets out or take Fuko and go away. We have to take those bullets out now, otherwise he'll get injured. Yeah. Right. Like I said, now we have to take those bullets down, otherwise he cannot move. You know, if as soon as he moves, he'll get riddled with bullets. So Andy will have to go and probably cut each and every bullet down or something, and then take these guys out, and then he can move again. Like, then everything will be fine. Like, I was thinking like maybe he can take Fuko and run away, but it won't help because even if he does that, he and Fuko will survive, but the kid, as soon as he moves, all the bullets will get to him. So that won't do. He have to take the bullets down and those guys down, and then the kid can move, and then take Fuko to help her out or something. I don't know. Also, another thing, we cannot let Unrepair get away. If he goes somehow, if he runs away, that'll be problem for Fuko because Fuko's wound won't heal. Like, how long can we keep her alive if, like she keeps bleeding out? So we actually have to stop Unrepair before he's able to run away. So yeah, that's the thing. And I do wonder, there's something up with his earrings with the blood in it. I feel like that's like some kind of a key to something, to understanding his power. Okay, that's it. Right, that was this episode. So this was the episode where we had the battle between Andy and what's his name, Unrepair, and all these other people. So okay, here we meet another new character here. I don't know his name. His mother called him D or something like that, I think. And his power is unmove. It's pretty obvious. Like, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh, his power is probably unmove or something like that. Because he looks at you, you cannot move. As soon as he moves, the other person moves. That kind of thing. And it kind of reminds me of, the red light, green light, the Daruma Sanga Koronda, that whole thing, where when you're not looking, the person can move. And when you look back and, the person stops or they shouldn't move. It kind of reminds me of that. As long as you're looking at that person, they will not move. And then you keep, look away or move, they start moving again. It kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, but this kid, he obviously, this is one thing that I'm thinking. Did he not realize that he had this power? Because it seems like before the whole unification of languages happened, he was just a normal school student. But his power is so like interesting that he can literally look at anyone and they will not move. So it's surprising that he never realized that he has a power like that. Shouldn't he have realized that he has a power like that? Or, oh wait, oh no, another thing we need to remember. We got another information here. Unrepair said that anyone who has a power, if they die, the power goes to someone else. So maybe he didn't have that power from the get-go. And, maybe recently he got it and he didn't know that. And then the whole unification of language happened and everyone realized that he's a negator and they took him in. And now he's able to use his power because he recently got it. That would make sense. This is the thing. I, up until now, assumed that this power, or this negator power, is always with them from when they're born. But this episode shows us that that's not the case. If you die, your power will go to someone else randomly. That person might be like an 80-year-old man as well. Just imagine like an 80-year-old man just sitting down, suddenly he awakens a power. That can happen as well, I'm guessing. It doesn't matter. Anyone who's the power just goes into anyone, I'm guessing. And when that person dies, it switches to another person, it goes to another person. That's kind of interesting because you know why? That would mean all these power will never be lost. For example, Andy's undead power. No, that's a weird example to take. I cannot take that example. Let's take another example. Fuko's unluck power. Let's see. If Fuko dies, unluck won't get destroyed along with her. It'll just go to another person. That would mean that every single power that is in circulation in this world, they have always existed one way or the other. That also brings another question. New powers, do they are new powers made? Do new powers get created? Maybe they do. It's probably something related to God. Yeah, I'm guessing. But this is the most like interesting information that we got in this episode, that the powers, they just, when the other person dies, it just goes to another person. That means that power will not die. It'll just switch hosts. When the host dies, it'll not die alongside the host, it'll go to another person. That is so interesting, you know. Because that brings in a bunch of other questions as well. Like I said, do new powers get created? You know, if old powers do not get destroyed, does that mean all the powers that have are in circulation now, these are only the powers that will exist? There won't be any new creation of any new power, or new powers are also created now and then, and they also gets included in this pool? So if that is the case, wouldn't that mean the pool of powers, or like, like the powers, they're just increasing day by day, because no existing powers get destroyed, because they just switch hosts if the host dies. So all the existing power always exists, and if new ones are created, that would mean that it increases day by day by day. That's what it would mean. So all these questions are popping up in my head now. Let's wait. I'm sure they'll explain everything little by little. This was a very interesting reveal that they revealed here. Yeah. Also, what else? What has happened in this episode? Oh, we got to see this girl, Latla, I think that was her name. The other two, Creed and something, I forgot their names. We kind of got to see their powers as well briefly. We still haven't seen the guy who's who's hiding his face. That guy, the one who speaks Chinese. We still haven't seen that person's power. We have seen the other guy's power. He uses a Gatling gun, which doesn't have bullets. So I'm guessing his power has something to do with. Wait a minute. I think that was what it was. Let me check. Okay, second one. First one's packing a Gatling gun, not an ammo clip inside. How is he firing that thing? There you go. So I'm wondering what his power might be. What? There's no bullets, but he's still shooting. I don't know. I have no idea, but it has something to do with that. There you go. The martial artist person, we still don't know this person's power. The one that really surprised me was Latla, because previous episode I deduced that her power had something to do with clairvoyance, and maybe whatever future she'll see, that will not happen. So unfuture or something like that, I thought her power was, because that's what it seemed like. Two sections. The first section, when I got convinced of that, is when Unrepair asked her, "Oh, what do you see in my future?" And she's like, "Oh, you're going to die immediately. Get a bullet in your head." And he's like, "Oh, then that won't happen." That convinced me that whatever she says, that doesn't happen. Then again, another thing convinced me is when one of the other guys, I think the guy with the Gatling gun, he also told her that, "Oh, your fortune telling never, works." So that made me convinced that her power is something which she says that will not happen. But today's episode made me think otherwise. It seems her power has something to do with deflection or something. She tried to protect and repair, and the attack came and just glided over her. It's as if she has a force field around her which kind of deflects the attacks or something. That's the number one thing that happened. Another section which the similar thing happens, where Andy tried to attack her using the sword, but the sword gets deflected. The blood, however, splashes on her. This is an important part. If his sword gets deflected, why did the blood not get deflected? You know what I mean? Why did that happen? So it has something to do with, I don't know, maybe physical objects, her deflecting physical objects or something. You know what? Let me check. Just a minute. Let me go back to that part. Okay, here it is. So Andy comes in, attacks. It gets deflected. The blood splashes on her. So she's, wiping her face now. There we go. The katana missed, but the blood hit her. Did she negate the attack? That is very interesting. Now, here's what I think. I would like to say her power has something to do with deflecting whatever's intending to harm her, or whatever has intending. So here's the thing. Previously, he was able to deflect Andy's attack towards Unrepair because Andy's intention was to hit Unrepair. So the intention in his katana was actually to attack. That is why she was able to deflect that. Second time, when Andy tried to attack her, again, his intention was to hit her using his katana. She deflected that. However, the blood along with it, obviously the blood didn't have any intention. The blood was just alongside with the katana. It was an add-on. So that's why the blood, which obviously didn't have any intention to hit her particularly, it splashed on her, and her power wasn't able to negate that, or it's able to negate solid stuff. Blood is liquid, that's why blood wasn't able to be deflected. Either of it, something like that, I'm guessing. My guess is on the former, that is, she probably deflects something that has the intention of harming her or someone behind her or something. Whichever attack has intent to harm you or attack you or hit you, she's able to deflect only those. That is why the blood didn't get deflected. Only the katana got deflected and the blood was still there. It splashed on her. I don't know. That it might be something like that. So let's wait. I'm sure they'll just explain it. Unrepair's power is also an interesting one. He obviously it's like very obvious in his name. His power, you cannot repair it. So if he hits you and it starts bleeding, it's going to bleed out. You're going to bleed out. But there's a few other things that are, I feel like, intertwined with his power. Number one, there's that whole thing with his earring. Something happens to the amount of blood, and then there's also the fact that whenever he uses his power, his eye starts bleeding, the eye that he's covering up. So these two things, I do wonder what's up with that. Right. Like, I'm trying to think, what might it be? Like, all right, you know what? Now nothing is coming to my head now. What I'm going to discuss about this episode, scene by scene, maybe something will, maybe I'll realize something. But now I'm not really coming up with anything. But it's definitely intertwined with that, because here's the thing. He said that his power cannot be taken out unless and until he dies. I feel like that is not going to happen. There must be some other measure that they can take to stop Foucault's bleeding. Otherwise, if that's really the case, if he needs to die so that the unrepair can stop, then I'm pretty sure Foucault will survive this. And if Foucault survives this, that would mean he will have to die. I don't see that happening as well, because he's literally in the opening and he's probably going to be joining us. So both Foucault and he will be alive by the end of this whole arc, I'm guessing, and he will join us. That is what I am thinking. And if that's what happens, that would mean he definitely has some other countermeasure which can probably stop Foucault's bleeding, which will not involve him dying. And I think that countermeasure is something related to his eye, which bleeds, or the earring where the blood is. Those two is somehow related to probably stopping the bleeding. So that's what I'm thinking. Because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. If he needs to die to stop the bleeding, then either he will survive by the end of it or Foucault will survive. One of them will die, because Foucault's bleeding out now. To stop Foucault bleeding out, he will have to die. But I don't see that happening. I don't see either of these two dying. So if both of them survives by the end of this arc, I would like to think there might be another way in stopping the bleeding, which is probably something to do with his earrings or the fact that he bleeds whenever he uses his ability or something like that. Or maybe it's something else. Who knows? Let's wait. Like I said, yeah, but that's the whole thing. Also, we can see their whole intention. As they said, they want to recruit negators. However, negators who are afraid of their ability, who cannot use them, he just kills them. You know how much of a shallow way of looking at the world this is? Imagine, like, you just, I don't know, imagine you look at someone who is like for example a kid, like a kid, maybe the kid is bad at sports or something, because they haven't really done that much sports. You look at that kid and you're like, oh, he's useless. Nothing will happen to him. He can never excel in sports. Get him out of here. You do that. The kid never gets to experience sports, and who knows? Maybe he might have been someone who would actually who is someone who would actually excel in sports, but you will never find that out because you looked at them and you decided that he's useless just by seeing them once, their ability once. That's literally what this is. They literally judge people based on whether they are able to use their ability. Bro, that is not how things work. People who are new to this ability, obviously they cannot use their ability properly. Like him, for example, he's a new negator, I'm guessing. He's someone who got his power recently, and now he's in front of these people who have kidnapped him, and he's realized that he can actually stop people by looking at them or whatever, and he cannot move, and people are dying in front of him, blood, gore, heads getting chopped off, hands getting chopped off, all of these things are happening in front of him. He's in shock. Obviously, who wouldn't be? He's first and foremost, he's a student, he's a normal person, he's a civilian. So him not getting shocked in this situation is more weird. So him getting shocked and actually struggling to use his ability is pretty normal. And they just look at him and they're like, oh, he's useless, he cannot do anything with his ability. Bro, what is that? What type of logic is that? What is this? It's such a weird way to how are they even recruiting people if that is their outlook on judging people? They just look at someone for the first time, don't even try to understand whether they, the other person, if they're new to this or not. They don't care. They just look at them, and if they are good at it, then it's fine, join us. If they're bad at it, they just kill them. Why? These guys, they said that, oh, this kid is useless, but he's new to this. Who knows, maybe in the future he will bloom in this. He'll actually be one of the best users of this ability. You cannot just judge someone based on their first time using a power. What is that? I don't know. It's a very weird logic. I literally don't understand how they're judging someone based on just this is literally judging a book by their cover. That's literally what they're doing. I don't know how they're doing this, and they think they can actually gather enough people to take over the world. If this is their logic, and if this is the way they look at the world and judge people based on looking at their cover, I don't see them taking over the world anytime soon. In no way is that happening. One of the most shallow way of judging people, they're just doing that, and that's how they're basing if a person is strong or not. I don't know. This logic is extremely flawed, and I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Whatever. Because that's what happened. They literally said that, oh, this kid cannot do anything, and they just left. And now he was the one who saved us by stopping those bullets. So there you go. You cannot just judge someone based on their first and the second time. Let them get accustomed to the stuff. Then you can judge them. I don't know. It's just weird, in my opinion. It's just such a shallow way of just, and I guess it does make sense because they technically are trying to take revenge on the world. So the fact that they are trying to do this based on probably because they were discriminated, I'm guessing, by people, in itself shows probably how shallowly they looks at the world, because they themselves were looked at in that same fashion. People looked at them and judged them based on their cover, and that's literally why they're doing the same thing to others. So it does make sense, I guess, in a way. But anyways, right. So that happened, and what else? What else happened in this episode? Things that I need to mention. Let me see if there's anything that I missed. I don't think. Oh, his ability. It's very interesting. So you cannot do something that will technically heal you. That would mean if Andy cuts his own head, technically that is him healing him or repairing him. There we go. If the act of cutting is part of repairing yourself, it's useless. However, that doesn't mean that Foucault cannot do it. They found a good loophole, you know. That's why Foucault cut his head off. Yeah, that makes sense. Foucault's not under the influence of unrepair. She can do it. It's not that Andy is doing it. So there you go. That also makes me think, wait a minute, wouldn't that make it literally like anyone else healing you? Wouldn't that work as well? Because that's what's happening. You cannot fix yourself. If you are under the influence of unrepair, you cannot do anything that will repair you. Can't someone else do that? You know, and that's literally what the loophole that they used. Foucault did it, and that's why it worked. Wouldn't that mean that now that Foucault has been shot, wouldn't that mean that, yeah, Foucault won't be able to heal herself, but can't someone else do that? That's what I'm thinking, you know. Because it would make sense, wouldn't it? But wouldn't that make his ability very weak? Like, what is the point then? I don't know. Like, if someone else can heal you, wouldn't that just defeat the whole purpose of his ability? Like, yeah, I cannot heal myself, but someone else can. Because that's the loophole or the logic that they used here. Andy cannot heal himself, but Foucault can. That's why Foucault did it. Foucault cut his head off. Who's, you know, as he says, the part of cutting is repairing yourself. And Foucault did that. So, I don't know. Here we go. I negate any and all healing techniques applied to the wounds I inflict. Oh, wait. I negate any and all healing techniques applied to the wound I inflict. Negate healing techniques applied on the wound. Okay, that means the wound, any type of healing technique that you put on it will be negated. Okay. Right, wait a minute. Alright, here we go. The untargeted one cut off his head. Right. I'm still trying to think. I'm still not sure. His ability seems a bit. I feel like I'm close to understanding it, but I'm not really capturing it properly. I'm not really able to understand it. I'm close to understanding it, but I'm not really that, like, really grasping it. Like, he says that his, like, Andy cannot do anything because technically him cutting himself would mean he's trying to heal himself. So that would mean all healing techniques he's trying to use on him will not work. So yeah, cutting himself in itself is a way of healing, so it doesn't work. That I understand. But then Foucault does the same. And since she's untargeted, that is why it worked. Because she's technically healing him by cutting his head. Is that what it means? But then, like I said, wouldn't that make his ability useless in most situations? Like, if anyone untargeted by you can heal you, doesn't that make it just like a normal wound? Isn't it? Like, you know, like he's unrepaired because his wounds that he inflicts cannot be repaired. You know, that's why he's called unrepaired. But if the wounds that he's inflicting on someone, if that person only cannot, you know, heal themselves, if anyone else can, doesn't it make the whole purpose of his ability just like useless? Like, that would mean that against him, if you bring someone with you, you know, they can heal you. Like, for example, here, Andy and Foucault. Andy was targeted, Andy got like cut, so that's why Andy cannot repair himself, but Foucault can. That's why Foucault did that. And wouldn't that mean vice versa as well? Now that Foucault's hurt, Foucault cannot heal herself, but Andy can. Oh no, wait. No, but that doesn't make sense. No. Like I was going to say that, like even if someone else is healing you, it is technically your body healing yourself. Maybe that is why. But that would mean the same thing with Andy as well. Like Foucault cutting him would also mean he's actually healing himself. So, but that worked. So, uh, complications. I feel like there's probably a subtle thing that I need to understand to properly understand this ability, but I'm still not there. I'm not able to grasp it. Like, yeah. Right. Anyways, let me just go past this. Hopefully, we get to see more of his ability and see another thing that Andy uses here. You can see Andy cuts his hand by putting the sword down and does like this. So, here you go. Wait. Doing that heals you, so it won't work no matter how much you hack yourself up. Okay, so he cuts his hand off like this. Wait a minute. Okay, okay, here we go. You made it look like you were using a healing technique when it actually was an offensive attack. Because of that, my rule didn't apply. I don't get that. Isn't that technically him healing himself? Even if he's using an offensive ability to do that, it is him healing himself. So, is it the intent? Oh, I'm guessing it's the intent, isn't it? So, if you intend to heal yourself, it won't work. But if you intend to attack and your attack heals you, I guess that's one loophole. So yeah, technically you're not trying to heal yourself, but you're attacking your hand. But that act of attacking your hand heals you. So maybe that's the loophole. Maybe that is why Foucault's cutting his head also worked. But wouldn't that also mean that Andy could cut his head off himself? Because his intent is to attack himself, and that attacking it is going to heal it. So I don't know. I feel like there's something that I'm not understanding about this. But you know what? I'm just going to ignore it for now. Because yeah, I understand the basics of his power, but the nitty-gritty of it, I'm not probably capturing it or not probably understanding it. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just going to ignore that for now. Let's see. Uh, like maybe it'll get explained properly in the next episode. Either way, yeah, these were all the things that happened in this episode. All right, now I'm going to talk about this episode scene by scene, like I usually do. So in the beginning part of the episode, we get to see Andy and Foucault are off to like get under repair and help the boy, and some guards come to stop them, but they just whack them away. And the guards do alert everyone else in the ship that intruders have come in. And then these guys open fire on them, and Tatiana gives Andy his katana, and he grabs that katana, cuts his head, and attacks them and defeats them. And then they go down, break down the surface, go down, and over there, Unrepair is also there, all that stuff. Okay, what else? Right. So next we see this guy, this kid, the one who has the power unmove. He is trying to sneak away, but the guard realizes what's happening, and the guard tries to stop him, and he stops him using his ability. So here we get to know that his ability has something to do with not letting the other person move, So, but he himself cannot move. He has to like hand like I don't know why he was doing that though. Like putting his hand and like kind of doing this. I don't understand the reason why he was doing that. Maybe that was like the way he activated his ability or something. Anyways, and then we get a little bit of a flashback where we get to see that he suddenly one day he realized that he cannot understand like the language that they're speaking. Everyone's speaking English and he's Japanese, and he's like, "What the hell is wrong with you people? Are you guys trying to prank me or something? Like, what's up?" And on all the television languages were also changed. Like, what's happening? Yeah, like these people, they were keeping an eye on everyone. As soon as he said that, they realized that he's a negator. Those two big men comes in and just tases him and grabs him and takes him, kidnaps him. That's it. Over. Now he's here. And now he's trying to get away, but he is like, "Oh, I cannot, like I cannot move, and if I move, he's going to move. So what can I do?" He's scared. Obviously, someone's pointing a gun at you. Like, what the hell? Um, and then in comes Unluck. Oh no, not Unluck. Sorry, Unrepair. And yeah, he comes in and he sees the boy and he's like, "Oh, this kid, he's shaking. He cannot do anything. He's useless to us." So yeah, kill him. And this guy, he brings out a Gatling gun. Yeah, so here's where he says this thing, which was a big revelation. If he dies, the ability will transfer to a different human. There you go. This one. This is like a big like information that they suddenly revealed so casually. Like in such a casual way, they just revealed this like this whole thing. This is big because, like I said, this means a lot of things. This means that no ability will ever get destroyed. It's just going to switch from one person to another. So you cannot destroy your ability. They'll always stay. The host, if the host dies, the ability will not die with the host. It'll just transfer to another person. And I feel like that's a big information that will probably come in handy in the future. For now we need to keep this in our head, that this is what happens. So yeah, and he's scared. Obviously, a freaking Gatling gun in front of his face. Like, god damn. And yeah, they shoot him. He's scared, and Andy comes in and saves him. So yeah, and Andy's like, right. So Andy's ready to fight Unrepair. Unrepair uses his scalpel or whatever, and here we go. He cuts his neck. His eyes immediately start bleeding. And then they zoom in on his earring. That's why I'm saying his ability has something to do with his blood in his earring and the fact that he bleeds from his eyes. So it won't repair until I am dead. And like I said, I feel like there must be more to this ability. If that's the case, that would mean Foucault will die unless until they kill him. But I doubt that's going to happen. But then again, like I said, I feel like his ability has a lot of things that I don't understand. So maybe they can find a loophole to heal Foucault. Let's see. Because there's a lot of things that I still don't understand about his ability, like especially the nitty-gritty of how his ability works. It's a bit confusing. The way they were finding the loopholes, yeah. But anyways, and yeah, this is what he tries to do. He tries to cut himself, but he says like act of cutting is part of repairing yourself, so it's useless, which means game is over. But then Foucault comes in and cuts his head, healing him technically, and he says like the untargeted one cut off his head, and that's why it worked. Tatiana comes in and Tatiana is like, "Oh, I'm going to fight these two. You fight them." So Unrepair and Latla are fighting against Foucault and Andy. And Unrepair cuts off his hand, at which Andy uses his hands to cut it off using the sword, which technically wasn't really repairing himself. He used a fence. So yeah, I guess another loophole. But anyways, and he's like, yeah, damn, you guys are actually good, Why don't you join us? We're looking for people. And Unrepair's like, oh, Latla, like, fix my nose, please. And okay, another thing. Why does it tell her to fix her nose? That's the question. Here we go. Latla, fix my nose, will you? So, couldn't he do that? Okay, wait a minute. Does that mean that just like how his power is unrepaired, he whatever wounds he inflict to another people, it cannot get repaired. You can see when he does that, he also starts bleeding. Does that mean that a rule applies similar to him as well? Unless and until someone else, I don't know. You know what? Let me just stop thinking about. Like I said, the nitty gritty, the details of his ability still doesn't make sense to me. So let me just stop thinking about it. Like, next episode will probably give us a better explanation or something. Let's see. Okay, you made it look like you were using a healing technique when it was an offensive attack. Okay. Yeah, so I think the big thing here is intent. So if your intention is to heal yourself, that is why you're cutting yourself. Like, your intention is to heal yourself, that's why you're cutting your head. It won't work. But if your intention is just cutting your hand off, and cutting your hand off will heal it, but it's just like reverse. Like, it's just, I don't know, right. Because that's the thing. He says here that if your intention is offense, then it won't work. My ability won't work because technically you're using offensive. You're not trying to heal yourself. Can I not apply that to what happened before? Because Andy was cutting his head off. Wasn't his intention to cut his head off? Wasn't that offense as well? That wasn't healing. If that's the logic you use for the second time, wouldn't the same logic be used for the first time as well? Why did it not work then? That's what I'm trying to think. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so here you can see obviously Andy is like, no, you know what? I'm very convinced now that I definitely not want to join you guys. So yeah. So there you go. And then they start their battle again. And we see the other people, the auction people, they're coming and they're like coming and he's like, oh, time up now. Nothing you can do about it. So yeah, let's just kill that dude. So he shoots the scalpel thing. And he does say that, yeah, you are obviously hardcore, you're using yourself to fight like this, you're way worthy to continue using your ability. The girl as well, she's also very very proactive. We can see that she didn't even budge, that she didn't even hesitate to cut your head off. So it's fine, she's also okay. But that kid, he's scared, he cannot use his ability, so I'm going to kill him so that the ability can go to someone better. This is the logic that I have a very tough time understanding, because the one that he said was okay, that is Foucault, was literally the same a few months ago, when before she met Andy. She was afraid of using her ability, if you remember that. So according to their logic, wouldn't Foucault also be useless? But now you can see Foucault's great at using. They themselves acknowledge Foucault. So that's the thing, anyone can change. Them just basing the fact, looking at the person one time and saying oh, you're useless, you won't be of any help, that in itself is so flawed. Because they complimented Foucault, who was literally the same like this kid is now, way before. So if they met Foucault a few months earlier, before they met Andy, they probably would have said oh, Foucault, you're useless, you don't deserve to live. But these people, now that Foucault has been accustomed to it, they're like, oh, you're actually okay, you can use your ability. So that is the big flaw in their logic. Like I said, they're basing everything based on the first look. They're literally judging a book by its cover, and that is not how it works, unfortunately. But like I said again, that's probably how the world treated them as well. That is why they're trying to do the same thing to other people. It would make sense. The world probably obviously judged them by their cover as well. They shunned them because of their abilities, and now they're literally doing the same thing, you know, and trying to control the world or whatever. So, anyways, um, so yeah, and yeah, and that's why, like, Foucault's like, no, that's not how it works. Like, we are here to kill God, and that is how we're going to stop everything. You know, um, and Amripal's like, oh no, like, we're already burdened with enough problems. We're not obligated to risk ourselves on stuff like that. So yeah, we literally don't care. We don't want to do anything with God, and that's why we're doing this. But anyways, like I said, the final thing that he does is like throw the scalpel or the knife, whatever. Um, and he tries to stop it, isn't able to do it, but he does dampen the force. That's why when Foucault gets hit over here, it doesn't completely take out her stomach or like completely pierce it, but it makes a little bit of a piercing from where blood is coming out. However, it doesn't help the fact that he's on repair. He's on repair, so the blood will keep like flowing down. And you can see here, Andy here was like, right, need to bring out Victor now. Tries to do it, but Foucault's like, oh no, it's fine, don't worry about it. I'm okay. I'm sorry for jumping in the way like that. But you managed to slow down momentum so it doesn't stab me too deep. So I'm fine, don't worry, just be your normal self, okay? And Andy decided to not pull out the thing, and he's like, okay. Yeah. And oh boy, if we took Victor out now, these people would have been gone, every single one of them. But yeah. So, and then obviously Unrepaired's like, oh, time to leave, bye-bye. And he just leaves. But I'm like, come on, we have to stop him. Otherwise, this whole situation is going to go very bad. And here you can see finally this kid is like, you know what? He remembers his mother's words. He's like, his mother said that if you ever come across someone who shows you kindness, like be sure to try to return that and help them in their trouble as well. If they're in trouble, take a moment to pause and stand up, and get back into action, help those people, because yeah, these people are hard to come by. So you need to do everything you can to make sure that they are okay as well. Yeah, and he remembers that, and he's like, okay, like I'm going to do it. And you know what I was thinking? I was thinking he might actually use his ability on Foucault, which is going to stop her blood from flowing out or something like that. That would have been kind of interesting. Another loophole, you could say, because technically he stops anyone. So if he stops Foucault and freezes her in place, shouldn't her bodily, like whatever's happening, there's blood coming out her, shouldn't that stop as well? That's what I was thinking. But obviously the simplest thing to do here is stop these guys from shooting them. So that's what he does. He uses his ability to stop the bullets, and just take a moment to imagine how much courage and how much like self, what can I say, like how much courage and how much determination you need to stand in front of a hail of bullets to try to stop them. Like obviously he knows his ability can stop it, but the reflex, the body reflex, is not that easy to control it. Imagine 10 people shooting you at the same time. You cannot look at that and stay still. The amount of courage and determination needed to do that is immense, and that he's able to pull this off shows that, yeah, he is more than worthy to use his ability. Unlike what Unrepair said. And yeah. And Andy's like, yeah, sick kid, you're wicked sick in my book. And that's where it ended. So let's see how this goes. Like I said, we need to get Unrepair. Otherwise, Foucault will keep bleeding out. So I don't know what's going to happen now. If Unrepair somehow runs away, then I feel like first thing we need to do is take Foucault and first of all hospitalize her and keep transfusing blood into her, so that the amount she loses can be refilled back, and taking that moment of time, making sure that she's stable for now, and he needs to go and find Unrepair and then somehow stop him to help Foucault out, or we have to stop Unrepair before he leaves this ship. Either of it. If you're able to do that, then that's all well and good. But if somehow Unrepair runs away, I feel like that's what we need to do. Go back, get Foucault medical help, keep transfusing blood into her so that she doesn't bleed to death, and then Andy herself will need to go alone to stop Unrepair or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. But anyways, that is it. That's my reaction to episode 12 of Undead Unluck. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Undead Unluck. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.